Over the past 50 years, the venerable Seoul class has provided great racing in the Olympic Games and at both the local and international level. This 26-foot sloop sails beautifully upwind and downwind. Norway's Jan Ling designed the Seoul in 1965. Many boats that were built some 30 years ago are still competitive today. In 1966, William Abbott was looking for the perfect racing sailboat for his yacht club.
A group in our yacht club were interested in getting a one-design boat to sail in the local club. We weren't particularly interested in an international class. We just wanted something that suited our group. And we saw a picture in a yachting magazine of the Seoul, and we were quite interested in it.
In 1968, after a series of trials, the Seoul was selected as a three-person keelboat class for the Olympic Games beginning in 1972. Paul Evstrom, winner of 4 gold medals in the Olympics between 1948 and 1960, won the first Seoul World Championship in 1969. Three years later, America's Buddy Melges, along with crew Bill Allen and Bill Benson, won the gold medal on Keeler Bay. The list of Seoul World Champions reads like a who's who of sailing, including Evstrom and Melges, Robbie Haynes, Joachim Schumann, Jesper Bank, Bill Buchan, Vince Broom, Dave Curtis, John Kostecki, Manuel Dureste, Bill Abbott, Hans Fogg, Mark Bethwaite, and Peter Hall, just to name a few. The long-time culture in this class is for the veterans to help the newcomers how to improve their skill level.
And I would have to go further into the resources to come out with another innovation, maybe in sailing technique and trim technique, sail shaping, rigs, anything you could think of. And I think in the Seoul was probably the first thing where we transformed the entire deck layout so that we're going upwind and we could just reach over and tweak the Traveler or tweak a Cunningham or the Vang or all the speed adjustments. Instead of getting off of the rail, putting a person across the front of the cockpit where all these controls were, we had a port and starboard, so we never moved. And we won many races with that.
William Abbott and his family spent a lot of time racing the Seoul. Eventually, that experience paid off.
But we gradually improved a little bit, and down the line, I got kicked off the tiller, and my son took over. The first time we beat Buddy Melges in a race, it was a big feather in our cap.
In addition to Olympic competition, the Seoul has been a reliable training boat for first-time sailors. When Sam Merrick was president of the Seoul class, match racing was introduced as part of the championship routine. Match racing also made its way into the Olympic Games. The competition was incredibly close. Among the top match racers that competed in the Seoul have been Russell Coutts, Ed Baird, Peter Gilmore, Roy Heiner, and Magnus Holmberg. All excelled on the match race circuit and raced for the America's Cup.
Jesus, son of a bitch, I got it! What are you? Some kind of doomsday machine, boy? Well, we got a cage strong enough to hold an animal like you here.
Captain, would you enlighten the sheriff, please?
The Seoul is an easy boat to sail, but needs careful tuning to ensure maximum performance. The boat is also easy to maneuver. The best crews are athletic and strong, and some skippers race well into their lives. A good example is Dr. Stuart Walker, who is still very competitive at the age of 90. Now that is inspiration for everyone.
Soling Europeans in 1990, there were about 90 boats. It was when the soling class was about at its strongest, I'd say. The Europeans were really with Schumann and Bank, Haney, just Robbie, just a lot of really good boats. And I was sailing with Brad Dellenbaugh and Paul Murphy, who were two of my really good soling crews. And we didn't have a particularly fast boat, but we were, with the exception of one race that was very windy, we were in the top 5 at the first mark every race, and moved up from there. And we won the last race to win the regatta, and that's the best regatta I ever sailed.
Do you have a boat that's your preference?
Soling. Definitely the soling. Love
More
that.
than the Etchells?
Yes, yes.
Many thousands of sailors have enjoyed racing a soling over the past 50 years. In our era of advancing space-age technology, the original concept by Jan Ling has stood the test of time. Based on this record, the soling class will thrive well into the future.